What if we deep dive into where we actually come from, and we look at some of the ancient stories like the Epic of Gilgamesh and figure out if there's any history that ties into today? And maybe they're not just stories. Maybe there's history that can connect us to our origin. There are many ancient texts that talk about a flood, and I want to start seeing if we could find those references as we go through these stories. So this one here, let's start with the one that I'm most curious about, the Epic of Gilgamesh. We could find information everywhere on Gilgamesh, but I wanted to make sure we kept it concise and didn't go with any offhanded theories. So I went to something simple, Wikipedia. The Epic of Gilgamesh is an epic poem from ancient Mesopotamia. The literary history of Gilgamesh begins with 5 Sumerian poems about Bilgamesh, Sumerian for Gilgamesh, king of Uruk, dating from the 3rd dynasty Ur in 2100 BC. Best copies were discovered in the library ruins of the 7th century BC Assyrian king Ashurbanipal. The first half of the story discusses Gilgamesh, who was king of Uruk, and Enkidu, a wild man created by the gods to stop Gilgamesh from oppressing the people of Uruk. After Enkidu becomes civilized through sexual initiation with Shamhat, he travels to Uruk, where he challenges Gilgamesh to a test of strength. Gilgamesh wins the contest nonetheless, but the two become friends. Together, they make a 6-day journey to the legendary cedar forest, where they plan to slay the guardian, Humbaba the Terrible, and cut down the sacred cedar. The goddess Ishtar sends the bull of heaven to punish Gilgamesh for spurning her advances. Gilgamesh and Enkidu kill the bull of heaven, after which the gods decide to sentence Enkidu to death, and they kill him. In the second half of the epic, distress over Enkidu's death causes Gilgamesh to undertake a long and perilous journey to discover the secret to eternal life. He eventually learns that life which you look for, you will never find, for when the gods created man, they let death be his share. Nevertheless, because of his great building projects, his account of Siduri's advice, and what the immortal man Utnapishtim told him about the Great Flood. There we go, guys. Reference to the Great Flood. Gilgamesh's fame survived well after his death, with expanding interest in his story. In 2008, manuscripts from the Median Babylonian version were found in Ugarit. I'm not sure if we should read the entire story of Gilgamesh, but I think it's really cool to at least get an overview of who Gilgamesh was and the fact that that story is referenced in the Bible. We're going to see if we could tie the two together on my 1775 Bible, so stay tuned. But this is at least just an entry into what I'm considering to be a deep dive into history. Let's see what we could uncover about our origins. Are we really from a Big Bang? Are we possibly created just like it's said in the Bible? Does the story of Gilgamesh have any weight? Is there anything that we could tie to Anunnakis? I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to look into it. I want to read the story of the Anunnaki next, so make sure you subscribe and follow. I am live every single day on YouTube at 9 a.m. and at 10:30 p.m. So if you'd like to join, I'm going to be reading some of these stories. We create songs in the moment, comedy, and we try to lift each other up in a world that's dying. So let's connect and make sure you tell a couple people, I'm here every day, 5 years in a row. Hope to see you later.